So are they getting ready to play a team? It seems like they're kind of spirited out here and a little bit of scuffling going on. Is that kind of a byproduct of just wanting to play?
I think they were just having fun. It wasn't anything serious. It was a good practice. Physical. We've had really 3 physical practices in a row, and they've been very productive.
Have you seen a difference from when you first started practicing to now that they shook off the rust a bit?
Yeah, every day's gotten better. Every practice has been a little bit more intense, a little bit more towards what we want, more focused. As we zero in on, the game, it'll become even more so. We want to get most of our heavy physical, padded work done here at UCLA. Install the game plan, and then when we go down to San Antonio, it's a second time through. But we'll have a complete game week down there as well.
How much do bowl practices give you a chance to maybe see some of the young guys a little bit more?
Well, first of all, our whole team's young guys. So, we don't practice. We had one session with like what we'd call young guys, which are freshmen, but our whole team's young guys. So I guess every practice gives us a chance to evaluate them.
Jordan kind of clarified that he is going to come back for next year, and
there was never a question.
Yeah.
I mean, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He's never indicated that to me. I've talked to him about it 20 times, and every time I get the same answer. Of course, I'm coming back. So I don't know where that started. And yeah.
Is it good to know you're going to have a guy like that who's going to be?
Well, I never doubted it. So
yeah.
I don't. I mean, there was never in my mind a question that he was going to come back. So I never thought of it. So. I mean, I'm excited about all our guys going back.
Seems like it would help a new quarterback to have a guy who's as consistent as he's shown in this season.
Well, it's going to help whoever's playing quarterback to have 5 guys on the offensive line that have played together now, to have running backs that have been in the system, to have a receiving core that's not losing anybody. The only guys that we're losing on offense really that play a significant amount are Brett, Malcolm, and Jordan. And so, and only one of those guys is a starter, Brett. So whoever steps in there and plays, whether it's Jerry or Shante or Mike Faithful, anyone else that comes in, they've got an experienced group around them.
How key has it been to have someone like Lasley on your team on scout team who's able to give you a look at that level, like what he does on scout team week in week out?
He does a great job, and he challenges because he's so competitive. And I think it's helped our defense, and I really think it's helped Jordan as well, having to go against Fabian and those guys every day and compete. Aaron Sharp's been playing receiver mostly on the scout team at least since the Oregon game, and he's competitive out there. But it helps. I think it helps both sides. Really good players going against each other that have a competitive nature. They're just going to get better.
Is that where you see Aaron Sharp going forward, or
no? He's a quarterback, but we've been putting Mike Faithful over there and getting him that work that we think he needs. And so rather than have Aaron just stand on the sidelines, we put him on the field. He's big, he's physical, he can run, and he challenges our defense.
But he could be a receiver, wouldn't you think? No?
I don't know.
I mean,
he's a quarterback. I can't speculate on that.
Has Zach Whitley been practicing this week?
No, he's not.
Is there a reason for
There
that?
is a reason, yeah.
But he's still on the team?
Yes, he's on the team, yeah, absolutely.
I know Coach Brick was saying, I think it was last week or the week, I forget when it was, but he was saying that in order to kind of run more of like an NFL style defense like he had kind of envisioned, it took a little bit of time to get into that. Would you say this defense this year was maybe more of an NFL style than the last two? I know Lou was an NFL guy too, so
No, I think that you adapt to the teams that you're facing and the styles that you see week in and week out. No, I don't think so. Maybe, a little bit more 4-down concepts, but that's basically because of who we play and being in kind of nickel type schemes a lot of the time, even if we didn't have nickel type people in there, because you've seen how we use Miles sometimes as a nickel. So, no, I wouldn't say that that's accurate, no. I think that to clarify or classify anything as a pro style or an NFL style or versus a college style, I think it's always a reach. Football is football. You can see the same concepts on every single level, offensively, defensively, and special teams.
Do you feel like, and can you tell when you're on the recruiting trail that you guys are kind of building a reputation for, cranking out linebackers the way you are?
Well, there's an excitement about it. That doesn't mean we're going to get every linebacker we go after. You know, I mean, we're not going to stop going after the top players in the country. The only way you reach your goals, which for us is, you know, to win championships, is to go after the best players in the country. And when you go after the best players in the country, you're not going to get them all. And so what you have to be able to do is overcome any disappointment and just keep going after great players. Nobody gets them all. And what we found out there is that there's an interest in our linebackers because of the success that Anthony's had, because of the way EK's played, because of what Miles has done, because of Kenny Young coming in there and playing early. And but I think that you see that across the board. I mean, they see the productivity of the guys like Kenny Clark or Eddie Vanderdoes. Or, just got to keep plugging away.
I know EK was kind of saying that Miles sort of seems to be able to fit into that, you know, #1 lead linebacker role, and that's kind of, he was kind of putting that pressure on him. Do you see Miles as that kind of guy who can step in and really be that leader of a defense, especially without EK?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Miles how he feels about leadership. I think leadership comes in all different shapes and styles. I don't think Miles is ever going to be a vocal leader. He'll be a leader by example. I think Kenny Young has tremendous leadership skills, both vocally and by example. You just want to see who emerges and how they emerge, and then you have to steer them in the right direction, because there's positive leadership and then there's leadership that maybe isn't so positive. So you just have to make sure that the right guys are doing and saying the right things, and then leaders emerge.
In terms of replacing EK, what's the most difficult thing about the way he led that defense? That you
well, he's still leading it. We have another game.
That will.
He'll still be playing for us on January 2nd. I haven't thought that far down the road. I mean, my mind is on Kansas State, really, so I haven't thought about how we're going to replace EK or Brett or Oa or AJ, you know. I don't want to think about it yet.
I was gonna say.
All right.
Cool.
Okay, thanks
Thanks, Shane.
everybody.